Okay, so I did a video on Friday. Doesn't make any sense to even keep that video, because this has all the information we need. Actually, okay, sorry about that. So, but basically, what happened was I was on. So I get this question a lot, like what happens if the contract expires? They're like, oh, but you're gonna get assigned these contracts, or you're gonna get assigned the not the contract. I'm sorry, the stocks, right? Or you're gonna be forced to sell them. So everybody's a little weary about doing contracts. So the question was always, what happens when you try to sell them? So I moved all the most of my money out like by just doing quick orders. Um, I couldn't find anything to buy for like $3, so I just didn't put a $3 order in. So don't mind me, but there's $3.78 sitting there with my $50 order. So what happened was I bought this contract, right? It was a put that I purchased. I said that the stock SPY was going to go down underneath 457 and 457, 4750, 457 and 50 cents. When I bought it, I did think that it was 457 and 458, and I realized very shortly on Friday that it was actually 457, 457 and a half. And I think then when the day had opened, SPY was up actually. So I should have bought more here. I didn't because I don't remember why. It's either I didn't have enough, or I was so busy with QQQ and other stocks that I just didn't even pay attention to it. But anyway, the point of this is to show you what happens when you buy a contract and it expires. I will say this: you do get assigned those stocks, right? Some companies like Moomoo, I have that in my link in below. Um, they'll let you sell the shares on Monday if you're assigned them. If they sold 100 in your name, which they won't allow you to sell, but they will allow you to buy a put. So you can buy a put. If it expires in the money, you then owe them those shares. You have to go out and go buy those shares, right? They will allow that to happen the next day. That's one thing I like about Moomoo is that they'll give you at least one day to make up for the contract that you are supposed to honor at this current moment. Some places like Robinhood, they're going to want you to settle that first, the money, before they allow you to trade. But Moomoo gives you a little bit of leeway. So, but don't buy a put and let it expire in the contract. I use Robinhood for my spreads just to play around a little bit. Again, this is like my gas money. So I just moved some money out so we can just kind of see it really quick. So what happened with SPY is I saw for the week it was going to go below here. I think I bought it here. It ended up going up and ended up going down and then back up and then ended up dropping for the day. I saw that happening, knew it was going to happen. I was fine with that. And then here we are, right? So my spread was this is my spread. I wanted to be able to show you. You can't see it on a different screen, so I had to show it on this screen. I had to keep this thing open, and it expired with at $58, but it can't be $58. So what happens is I am buying 100 shares at this number, right? Because I sold this put, and I'm yeah, and I'm selling at this number because I bought this put. If it was vice versa, like if it was a call, I would be buying. So let me kind of show you. I can always go back to it. So December 6th, let's say we bought close to the money. So we'll say we'll do a put. So when you're buying a spread, what you're going to say is, hey, I think it's going to drop below 452. So first thing you have to do is you have to buy the one closest to the money. So I'm buying the 457. So that's what I'm buying these shares at, SPY shares. I'm saying, hey, SPY, I'm going to buy 100 of your shares at 457. I then say, hey, SPY, I'm going to sell 100 of your shares at 457.50. Okay, so that would have been the top one. So anyway, do it. You're doing it like this. So because it's a put, sorry, I'm saying it backwards. I'm sorry. Because it's a put, when you sell this one, you're saying you're gonna buy them at that number. When you're buying a put, you're saying you're going to sell it at this number. Sorry, I said it backwards. A call is the opposite. So selling a put means you're buying the shares. Buying a put means you're selling the shares. Okay. So I'm buying at this number, selling at this number. So as you see, there are no 50s in here. How did I get a 50? I have no idea. I have no clue how I ended up getting a 50. But there's no 50s in here. So I don't know how I ended up buying a 50 put, the 450, 750. I have no idea. When I bought it, I thought it was a 450 and 457. Needless to say, it expired in the money. So this is what happens when you buy it and it expires in the money. Let me pause real fast. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it expires in the money, right? So my puts were exercised and assigned. So I bought, I sold, yeah, I bought it here. So the $45,700 left my account, right? And then I sold here. So in return, they gave me back $45,749.75. So I ended up losing 25 cents in this deal. Doesn't matter. So I got 449.75. So what happens here, when I kind of explain this, so what happens is when you are being assigned this, if you don't have the money to cover this, you're negative, right? So that's what's going to happen. Your account's going to instantly go negative. Once you have enough to cover it, it will go positive. So let me kind of explain it again. Let's say I don't have $45,700 on my account. My account will go negative if I bought a put, right? If I bought a put, my account will go negative. No, it will go positive. So if I sold the put, it will go negative. Okay, so because I sold a put, or if I bought a call, it will go negative. Sold a put or bought a call, my account goes negative. Okay. If you were to buy a put or sell a call, your account goes positive, which is what's happening here. So because I did both of them, I don't need to have $46,000 in my account. I don't have to have that amount in my account. I only need to have both of these on the same option spread. So when I bought this spread saying to myself, this is only $32. As long as this expires out the money, not only will I get my $32 back, I will get an additional $68. You see how that works? So I'll put up $32 and I'll get an additional $68 when this expires out the money. When this expires in the money. When it expires in the money. But if I did it the opposite way where I only had one of these, then I would end up with a negative amount in my account, or I would owe shares of a stock that I don't own. And I don't own this stock. So that's part of the issue as well. So, with all that being said, this is what it looks like. People don't show this because they're always so afraid of not having the money to cover it. But I wanted to kind of show you guys what it would look like once you expire in the money. Okay, so this is what happens when you expire in the money, but you have a spread. It will assign both. Most companies, most platforms will not allow you to do not exercise. They will force you to exercise if you're in the money. Trust me and believe me, when I expired in the money, I had to come up with that money. So if you're going to expire in the money, you have to be very careful if you have the money or not. If you have a spread, most likely you're safe, especially if it's a really good company. But you have to be very careful again because these spreads are not made for people without money, and buying contracts are not made for people without money as well. So you really want to sell them before the last day, but you're not going to make the bulk of the money until the last day. So I just wanted to kind of show you what happens when you let an option spread option spread expire in the money. What happens? What does it look like? And how could you be able to take advantage of that as well? Because again, $18 what I put up, I ended up walking away with 50. If I do that again, another $18 turned into 50. So if you notice, this spread is $32, and it will make me an additional 68, which would be, say, 16 to 50 is what it would be. It was cut in half, but in this case, is actually going to be $32 turned into 100. And if I do that again, another $32 turns to another 100. I'll do that again. I could do that literally every week if I'm right. If I'm right every single week, I could literally take the same $32 and make myself an additional $100 a week. At some point, I could probably have $500 in my account. I can start taking $100, $200 and turning that into, I don't know, let's see. Let's see if we can find me a spread that makes sense to do that. Well, I could just do this 3 times, 5 times, 6 times. So I'll make me $600. Or I could do it the same exact spread 20 times and that will make me, you know what I'm saying? So you have the same options because again, maybe you don't want to put up as much money. Obviously, if you're going to put up 200, you might as well just buy this one because the spread that I purchased, man, I wish I could show you. I can't really show it to you. Pause it again. Okay, so you can't see it, not the way I thought you could see it. But basically, what happens is if you buy it in the money, and you beat it by like $400, the price difference between here and here is going to be like $50 to $100, right? It's going to get bigger and bigger as you go farther and farther out. When you're $5 out, that's like an additional $200 to $500 on the day that it's going to expire. So you take 32 and you turn it around and you make 100. You triple your money. Right? That's a great, great, great option to do, especially if this is on a better day than today. So it would actually be better. Let's say if you did, I'll show you a better option to do. Same exact option, but let's say you wanted to go to 62, right? So you would buy this one and you would sell this one because $13 is going to turn to 100. So because you bought it on a red day, okay, today went down in the stock market. I know it's going to rebound $9 by Monday. Here it is, rebound $9. You're good to go. So if this thing goes to, let's say, 66, goes to 66, you made $87. It goes to 63, you made $87 on your $13. But if it go to 66 and you bought a direct one where you didn't buy the the call, the call that you bought, let's put it like that, you didn't buy spread, your $45 is now $400. So it's almost the same without taking the same amount of risk, but it just gives you more. So every dollar past that point gives you more and more money. The money you would have made, 45, so let's say triple it by 3, so you probably would have made $300. So your equivalent would have been right here, 465. Every dollar past that gives you an additional amount of money that you wouldn't have made had you just did a spread. So sometimes buying this is better than buying the spread, but the spread can give you a buffer if you just don't have it or if you just don't trust it. So, but that's all I wanted to show. I just wanted to kind of let you guys see what happens if you let it expire. I hadn't seen a video on the internet that showed that, so I wanted to kind of put it out there. So I let one expire, especially when it's a spread. So many people are showing so many negative ways about doing the spreads. So be very careful. But if you decide to do one, this is what it will look like if you did one. The most bulk of the money that you're going to make is going to be on the day of expiration. It's not going to be any other day but that. I think that's what we'll call spread. We'll do SPY really quick just to kind of see. SPY, let's say 6 like we said before. Contract value. Oh, we'll do profit intro. And we said we're going to buy the 462, was it? 462 and sell for 63. 463. So 463. All right. So we set $16. Well, actually, okay, it was $13. Whatever. We'll use we'll use this number. As you can see, 466 is not worth $86 until 345. Right? Yeah, 345. So, but it is if it hits like 480, which is ridiculous. And remember, you're losing all this money. So although this may be like, wow, look at that, I guaranteed to make $86 off my 14 if it does what I want. But if it does it and you were just to put up the 45, you're missing out on all this money. That's the drawback of the spreads. So I just want to kind of point that out.